Guys, my name is Crystal and thank you for tuning in to Kris Codes. This video is going to be about forgiveness. Since we are in a pandemic and a lot of people are stressing and going through a lot of things, I thought this would be a great video to do for today for our makeup and a message. So if you haven't already, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, and notification bell if you will, and let's get right into it. Oh yeah. All right, you guys, so since I've been like touching on, kind of like this day and age and like what's going on and men and women, I want to talk about forgiveness. I feel like that's like huge right about now, especially since you see all the memes like how long I can hold a grudge, or all the bashing that people do with their exes or their old best friends, and this, that, and the third. And obviously you can tell from like my Foolishness Fridays and videos like that I've been burned a few times, but so basically I just thought that this would be a really, really good topic to speak on, because it seems like it's kind of going out of style. So when I think of forgiveness, I don't think of just don't pushing it under the rug and being back friends with this person or being back in a relationship with someone just because you forgave them. That forgiveness is not just dropping it so someone can continue to do the same thing to you over and over and over again. That's not what forgiveness is. Forgiveness is more so for you than for them. Say someone hurts you really bad, right? And you're like, I can't stand them. They just made me so upset. This, that. And I just feel like I gotta tell everybody what they did, which is slander, And don't get me wrong, I do feel like you should express yourself or, how you feel about the subject, but I don't think it should be with everyone. It should definitely be with that person. And I'm gonna give you a reason for that. Because I'll probably just name this video How to Forgive. Yeah, that's what it would be. How to forgive someone that's hurt you or something along those lines. But if you clicked on it, you already know what it's called. So I say that I do think you should, talk about it, but with someone very close to you, of course, and you need to talk about it with that person. Even if they have like bad, communication issues and stuff like that, it still should be discussed, because whether they get it now, they'll possibly get it later, because if that person did that to you, then they'll continue to do that. It's a never-ending cycle of foolishness, okay? So I'm not saying, so you're telling me to help the next girl, you're telling me to help the next guy, or you're telling me, to show her how to be a better friend in the future. No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, do you want someone to go through the same hurt that you went through? And if you do, seek therapy. Okay, so yeah. So a lot of times that person doesn't even really realize how much they've damaged you or how much they've hurt you. So I think it's very important to discuss that with that person. Now, another thing would be, you got to let go of the anger, the bitterness, those thoughts in your head, because you'll just think about it all day, like, this person did this to me, this person did that to you. And I don't know about you all, but when I'm angry and very focused on one thing, that's all I can think about. So your mind plays tricks on you. Your mind will tell you, everything under the sun. Literally everything under the sun. And half the stuff might not even be true, but your mind will do that. It'll play tricks on you. So like I said, forgiveness is more so for you than for them. But I'm going to get into kind of like what forgiveness is. And then I think the next Monday, I'll tell you more so how to forgive. That's what I'll do. So it's really just like what I said, is letting go of the anger, letting go of the bitterness, and letting go of all those little thoughts in your head. Okay? So sometimes you just got to let go, and you got to let God. You know, you can't seek vengeance, because believe it or not, that person will get what's coming to him. God doesn't need your help, you know? He saw what happened to you. He saw what that person did. And whether you believe it or not, it all comes full circle. So you never have to worry about, you know, seeking revenge. Because if you trust God to do it, it'll get done. So you could think of, so if you're a very religious person, you can think of, you know, forgiveness being just an act of faith in general. Okay? Have faith, let go, and let God. So one thing I would say is, like, when you kind of say how you feel or how that person made you feel, you kind of start to release all the burdens and the bitterness that you have, because you kind of let them know, this is what you did to me, and this is how I felt about it. And it, you know, that's, you're letting go of some of that anger. It's a release. It's a release at the end of the day. And I don't know if it's, like I said, I don't know if it's just me, but when I'm just so angry about something, that literally ruin my whole day. I used to let those things ruin my whole day. Like if you've ever worked in customer service or something like that, and you would sit, like someone would be nasty to you or someone would be rude to you, and you would just literally sit there contemplating and thinking about what that person did to you and what that person said to you. Like, you're mad the entire day. You're mad for the rest of the day, sometimes 2 days. And that person had gone on with their life. You know, having a good old day. But they really got under your skin. And you allowed that. You allowed someone to have that much control over you. Do you see the problem in that, you know? Am I making sense? Like, not only did you let that person get you upset, you let them ruin the rest of your day. It's like manipulation almost. Like, some people try and make you mad just to get a rise out of you, and you let them. But these are the same people that say, man, I ain't never going to let it go. I ain't never going to do this. But the people that let it go are no longer worried about you. You know, they're not worried about you. They're not worried about the pain they caused you or the situation that they caused you. And now that you feel like you're above God, where you got to seek vengeance and you got to do this and you got to do that. Now, what could have happened to them that would have probably made them really see what they did to you and regret it, might not even happen. Because you thought you could act in your own right, you know, and do whatever you want to do to that person, and it probably didn't. It was no sweat off their back. So you kind of like cut your own foot off, you know what I mean? Cut your own hand off. Don't do that. Don't do that. Another thing that you kind of got to do when you want to forgive someone, and once again, like, I'm going to reference a lot of things because I am very religious, okay? And these are ways that I did it. So I feel like if it worked for me, then it'll work for a lot of people. And sometimes you got to pray for them. I'm not saying that you just need to, every time you pray, you need to focus your prayers on them. No. Sometimes you got to pray for them. Something simple, something light. But you'll notice how your perspective starts to change. So instead of worrying about, oh, they did this to me, they did that to me, you start seeing like, wow, they might really have some issues. They might really have some problems, some deep-rooted issues that I never even thought about because I was so worried about what they did to me.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, you crazy.
I am.
Okay. Oh, I see what happened. It one crazy person here, and I picked her.
Yeah.
Just saying. Sometimes you got to pray for them. Now, I'm not saying feel bad if you're not ready to do that yet. That's okay. Because early on, a lot of times you're not. You're still upset. But eventually, you'll get to that point. Another thing you got to stop doing if you want to forgive, you got to stop speaking negatively about that person. This might be one of the most difficult things to do because you got so much you can say that's not nice. Am I right? But the more you speak negatively about that person, it's like a slander, like a smear campaign, And you're just downing them and downing them and downing them to people. But what for? And the more you talk about all the things they did to you, the more you remember them. The more it's right there in the forefront of your memories. So like I said, that's all you can think about. I'm not saying tell people, oh, they were so great. I'm not saying lie. But how about let's talk about something else other than that person? Don't let your life revolve around what they did to you. Because at the end of the day, it's just not important. Let's say a homeless person or just someone that was very, very unfortunate came and cussed you clean out. Okay? Cussed you clean out. Now, I'm not calling you all's ex-friends or ex-boyfriends and ex-girlfriends hobos. Don't get me wrong. But just imagine someone that was less fortunate than you that had some serious issues. It was obvious they had some serious issues. And they came and cussed you clean out. Would you A, cuss them back out? Would you B, tell everybody how all they said about, the situation? Or would you C, let it go? I don't know about you, but the last thing I'm worried about is a hobo cussing me out. Nor am I going to go around town telling everybody about it. Clearly, if you can see that they have some mental issues or they have some, issues that might be very stressful, then cussing out a hobo is not going to be in your best interest, is it? And people staring from far away look at you cussing out a hobo. How does that make you look? Sometimes it's not about you. That person could have just treated you so terribly. But it's not about you, okay? Because if you were a good person at the end of the day, they're going to know that. We all make mistakes, we all make mistakes. We all can get angry at times, say things we don't mean, raise our voice, but we're all works in progress. We're none of us are perfect. But if you genuinely had a good heart, you know, you genuinely cared about this person, if you really cared about this person, they'll know that. They don't need you to tell them. So, I'm going to finish my makeup, come back on camera because I don't want this video to be too long. But yeah, I'll be right back. All right, you guys. I did a very light, natural look because where I'm going, I don't need all the dramatics. But yeah, I just want to hop on here and make a quick video just because the climate and how everybody's going so crazy. I feel like we're, you know, should be in a forgiving mood and do a lot of forgiving because of this situation. So thank you all for tuning into Kris Codes. If you haven't already, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, and notification bell if you will. And I'll be back with another video. Thank you guys. Bye.
Oh yeah, yeah.